Shanti Shanti.
So all the rituals, all the yaga yajnas, they are only to discipline our life. Otherwise we will not be disciplined. We will be only involving in the sense indulgence of our desires. So we should look into this, the subtle intention of the rishis who have designed these things. Now, not only that, in most of the yagas and rituals, they end with dana. Dana means liberal giving of whatever you have. And when you do dana, there are so many codes that you have to do it in this manner. Shraddhaya deyam, hriya deyam, shriya deyam, shraddhaya deyam, ashraddhaya adeyam. Like that, there are so many codes are mentioned. That means when you gift something, you should not gift it with lot of ego that I have something and I am throwing it at you. You are poor. Not like that. We should be grateful to the receiver that you are giving me an opportunity to gift something and I am grateful for it. Not only that, it has to be given with shriyadeyam, hriyadeyam. Shriyadeyam means if I have, suppose I have crores of rupees and I give only 100 rupees to the person, it is not shriyadeyam. I must give according to the proportion I have, whatever I have, according to that and according to the need of the person. Whatever much we can meet, depending on that. Not only that, while giving, we should not give that I am rich and I am giving you like that. The attitude should not be that. We should have a humble feeling. We should give it with some shyness, not tom-tomming that I have given this, I have given that, tom-tomming to the world. Not like that. When we give, God has given us the property and we are able to help some of the people, we should be fortunate, we should feel fortunate, we should feel dhanya, blessed, we should feel grateful and humble for that. So that shyness in giving, also gifting, should be there. So in our Shastras it is described, in Kalidasas it is there, the king after the yaga, after he had this dana ceremony, that where he has gifted everything, the king becomes a pauper. It's a Raghuvamsha king Kalidasa is speaking about. A saint has come to see him after that. He is going to receive the saint with a earthen pot carrying water. Because all the gold has been given away from the palace. The palace doesn't have any more gold or any other valuable article. So with an earthen pot, the king is going and washing the feet of the saint. It is described beautifully by Kalidasa. So that was the idea, that even a king will become a pauper after the gifting ceremony, and whatever property, whatever wealth had got accumulated, that will be distributed in the society. So what will happen is that although they are encouraging, they are attracting the people to do these rituals or the yagas to fulfill some of their desires which cannot be had in this life, maybe in the other life. But in the process of the performance, they are undergoing a complete transformation. Not only that, sometimes during these yagas, various Upanishads will be read and explained. Suppose Kathopanishad, it is particularly, the injunction is there at the end of Kathopanishad, that it should be read in the Shraddha ceremony and in Brahmana Sabha. Brahmana Sabha means Brahmanas are generally given to rituals, worships, yaga, yajna, homa, etc. So when there is an assembly of them, they are involved in karma kanda. So to lift them from the karma kanda to jnana kanda, to the knowledge pursuit, when Kathopanishad is read, then in the process the supremacy of knowledge is also disseminated. So people, some of them who have become mature, it will definitely strike. Say in a Shraddha Sabha, where people are thinking of the other world, what happens after death. The Shraddha means people will be thinking of what has happened to my relative after death. So they are thinking of other world. So it is the right time to explain Kathopanishad, to tell them that truly speaking, our real identity, there is no birth, no death for that at all. And to know that real identity, we cannot wait for the death at all. Here itself, in this body, we have to know that our real identity is unchangeable. It does not undergo birth and death. So that is how the knowledge will be somehow imbued in the people. So there is great meaning in designing this yaga, yajna rituals also. Everywhere there is the welfare orientation, not only for the individual, for the society also. So that is the idea of saying that tasmat atmajnam hi archayet bhuti kamaha. If you have lot of worldly desires, you desire for power, you desire for wealth, then also you go to the atmajna and go how? Worship. Worship means not with flower and all, may not be like that, but go humbly, respecting his knowledge and having honor, showing honor towards him. If you go like that, definitely it will benefit your life. There will be welfare in your life. You will be kept you will be brought back to the auspicious path, and not always there will be something auspicious happening to your life. That is the idea. Then in the next verse, that is the first verse of the next section, he says, Upasate purusham ye hi akamaha te shukrametad ativattanti dhiraha te dhiraha shukrametad ativattanti. Such a person, if anybody worships without any worldly desires, then they surpass the seed of causality, the seed of birth and death. They attain liberation. What kind of a atmajna? He says, sa vedaitat paramam brahmadhama yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram. This is about the atmajna. That atmajna who knows, saha etat paramam brahmadhama veda yatra shubhram vishvam nihitam bhati. So that person, the atmajna, he knows the supreme abode of Brahman. Dhama means abode. Actually, Dhama means abode, but it will be better when we understand it as refuge. That what is the abode? Abode where we take refuge. So when we take refuge in the Brahman, the truth, ultimate truth, that is the supreme refuge. In the beginning of Yamaraja's instruction to Nachiketa, he said, Etad alambanam shreshtham, etad alambanam param, etad alambanam jnatva, brahmaloke mahiyate. There he said that alambana, that means the support, the refuge we take. When we take the refuge, when we pursue this truth, we don't know the dimension of the truth. We don't know that real dimension of Atma or Brahman. We start with a certain concept of it, but when we take refuge in it fully, with full faith, then as we pursue, as we progress in our sadhana, slowly the reality of the abode where we have taken refuge, either it is the mantra or the Brahman or Atma, that reality of it, the real power of it starts blossoming in us. And finally, we become that. Whatever we have started with as sadhana, we become that. As I said, that knowledge, jnana, it is the sadhya. That means we pursue to attain jnana. And what is our sadhana? Sadhana also is knowledge. We try to develop all the 20 qualities which are associated with knowledge. So the sadhana also is knowledge. And as we progress with our sadhana, finally what do we become? We finally we realize that we are that knowledge and that knowledge alone. The whole universe is appearing on that knowledge. It is not the dual knowledge that I am the knower and I am knowing the knowledge, but it is the Advaya knowledge where the knower, knowledge and the knowing process, everything become one. So, he finds that sa vedaitat paramam brahmadhama. He knows this brahmadhama, Veda. He has realized this brahmadhama, this supreme abode of truth. Yatra vishvam nihitam bhati shubhram. Here also Shubhram is generally in the translation, it is associated with the Brahman. But I would like to add it as an adjective for Vishwam. Yatra Shubhram Vishwam Nihitam Bhati. That in that Brahmadhama what is happening? The whole universe is appearing in that, as I have been telling always. that in that consciousness, in that brilliant self-effulgent consciousness, the whole universe is appearing to be. And what is the kind of the universe? It is Shuddha, Shubhram. Why? Because for a knower, the universe, the world which contains both evil and good, which contains criminals as well as the saints, for a knower, that world is nothing but Shuddha, Shubhram, Brahman alone. For him, the evil also is appearing in the consciousness and the good also is appearing in the consciousness. So for him, the whole world is Shuddha, Shubhram. That is why I said that I would like to add the Shubhram to Vishwam. Because that Brahman is Shubhram, they have said so many times, we don't gain anything. And here the grammar allows us to put the Shubhram with the Vishwam. It is like, as I said earlier, Purne manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi upanad gudhapadasya nanu charmastritaiva bhuhu. Purne manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi. Manasi purne sati sarvam jagat sudhadravaihi sampurnam bhavati. When the mind becomes full, then the whole world becomes nectarine. It becomes full with nectar. Which mind is full? Which the mind, when it is not fragmented by all the dvandvas, all the raga, dvesha, etc., it is resting on the one truth. Not only one truth, the transcendental truth, which is beyond one also. Such a mind is full. So when the mind becomes full, in that mind the whole world is made of the same Lord or the same consciousness, same Atma. The whole world is full for him. He gives the example that Upanad Gudha Padasya Nanu Charmastritaiva Bhuhu. When you put on the sandal or the shoe, is it not the whole world for you get covered with leather? I have put on the leather only on my feet, but with that wherever I walk on leather surface. So as if the whole world is covered with leather. That is how, when the mind has become freed of ragadvesha, when the mind has become freed of dvandva, then the whole world to him, although he sees the good, he sees the evil, he interacts in whatever manner he has to interact with them, but he is no more affected by the ragadvesha at all. The whole world is nectarine for him, it is full for him. There are many verses like this also in Dhanyashtakam. It is there, Sampurnam Jagadevanandanavanam Sarvepi Kalpadrumaha Gangam Vari Samastavari Nivaha Punya Samasta Kriyaha Vacha Prakrita Sanskrita Shrutishiro Varanasi Medini Sarvavasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishte Parabrahmani Sampurnam Jagadevanandanavanam Sarvepi Kalpadrumaha Gangam Vari Samastavari Nivaha Punya Samasta Kriyaha Vacha Prakrita Sanskrita Shrutishiro Varanasi Medini Sarvavasthitirasya Vastu Vishaya Drishte Parabrahmani. He says Drishte Parabrahmani. When the Parabrahman, the ultimate truth is seen, is realized, then what happens? Sampurnam Jagadevanandanavanam Sarvepi Kalpadrumaha. The whole world becomes Nandanavana, the heavenly garden, and all the trees, everything becomes Kalpadrumaha, that means wish-fulfilling trees. Gangam Vari Samasta Vari Nivahaha. The whatever water is there, they become like the pure water of the Ganges. Punya Samasta Kriya. For him there is no special Kriya like worship or ritual which is meant for it is religious and it is non-religious, it is pure because it is to the God and it is not to the God. For him there is nothing like that. All his actions have become purified. They are all spiritual, they are all religious, they are all worship for their Lord. There is nothing other than that at all. Vachah prakrita sanskritaha shruti shiro varanasi medini. All the words, they all become, although they are Prakrita word, but they all become Sanskrita, they all become refined as if they are statements of the Shastras, they are statements of the Shrutis. And everywhere they go, it becomes Varanasi for them. The whole earth is Varanasi for them. So that is what they are saying, that Sampurnam Jagadeva Nandanavanam. In the other one I said, Purne Manasi Sampurnam Jagat Sarvam Sudhadravaihi. Another is there in Viveka Chudamani, where Shankaracharya says, Brahma pratyaya santatir jagadato brahmaiva tat sarvataha pashyadhyatma drisha prashanta manasa sarvasvavastha svapi rupadanyadavekshitam kimavitas chakshushmatam drishyate tadvad brahmavidas satah kimaparam buddhirviharaspadam. Brahma pratyaya santatir jagadato brahmaiva tat sarvataha pashyadhyatma drisha prashanta manasa sarvasvavastha svapi rupadanyadavekshitam kimabhitas chakshushmatam drishyate tadvad brahmavidas satah kimaparam buddhirviharaspadam. He says that the whole world, when one sees the Brahman, when one realizes the Brahman, the whole world becomes a creation and manifestation of the Brahman, and everything appearing in the Brahman alone, in the consciousness alone. Through his Adhyatma Drisha, through his Adhyatma Drishti, he sees the whole world through his Adhyatma Drishti. How? Prashanta Manasa. His mind is Prakrishta Rupena Shanta. His mind, it is not anymore distracted or disturbed or agitated by any desires at all, because everywhere it is the same. He is free of ragadvesha, he is freed of all desires and hatred. So he is of prashanta manas. His mind is absolutely peaceful, calm inside. With that, he sees with his adhyatma drishti, his inner vision, as we said earlier, ikshana, his inner vision. Sarvasvavastha svapi, in any condition, anywhere, anytime, he has the same vision. This vision does not undergo a change with time, with the place, with the people he is interacting, whomever he is interacting with, wherever he is. This truth, this vision does not go. Rupadanyadavekshitam kimavitas chakshushmatam drishyate tadvad brahmavidas satah kimaparam buddhirviharaspadam. Those who have the eyes, do they see anything other than vision? They always see everywhere sights with their eyes. Like that, those who knows the Brahman, for them that buddhir viharaspadam, for their intelligence means the bodhi, their understanding, where we know what we are seeing, what we are knowing. That buddhi, there in their buddhi, that vision of the buddhi which we said ikshana, in that what can they see other than the sat, other than the truth, other than the Brahman, other than the consciousness, other than the Atma? They don't see anything else at all. Their buddhi, in spite of all the differential visions, infinite variety of the world, they see all that appearing in the truth, which is the consciousness. See, here we are always missing. Our Kenopanishad says, Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate, atmana vindate viryam, vidyaya vindate amritam. He says, Pratibodha viditam matam amritatvam hi vindate. When do we know our own immortality, when in every perception, in the Atma of every vritti, buddhi vritti, whatever we are perceiving, that is a vritti for our mind. Suppose whatever we are seeing, external objects, actually what we are perceiving is whatever vritti is manifesting in our mind. Whether it is external objects or it is internal objects of thought, emotion, whatever it is, they are all vrittis in our consciousness. Vritti means form, some sort of a form. Even the concept of Atma, concept of Brahman, they are all vrittis in our mind. So what our Atma is illuminating or revealing is the vritti. Suppose we see the book. Now our focus is on the book, but how we are seeing the book until the book becomes revealed by our Atma, revealed by our consciousness, we will not know the book. Although the book is there, even the eyes may see the book, but we will not know the book. So everything, whatever we are seeing, we are knowing perception, all the perceptions we are hearing only because it is revealed by our consciousness. But every time we are missing the revealer, our focus is because our focus is on the revealed, the fragmented object, the limited thought, the limited vritti, which is always limited. And that is being revealed by the consciousness. Because our focus is on that vritti, we are missing the revealer of the vritti. But it is the revealer who is always present in all the vrittis. Even when there is no vritti at all, then also the revealer is present. Suppose the sun is objects we are seeing in sunlight, because the sun's rays are scattered or reflected by the objects. We are seeing the objects. Now suppose we are seeing all the objects because of sunlight. Suppose we take away all the objects one after another, we remove all the objects. Will not the sunlight be still there in the absence of the objects also? It is just like that as it happens in Sushupti also, in the absence of the entire world, the external as well as internal object, in the absence of all of them, also this consciousness is still there. That is why we can say we have not known anything. That shunya, that emptiness, that not knowing anything is revealed by the consciousness. That is always there. So for a knower, for him, buddher viharaspadam, tadvad brahmavidah, for a brahmavid, satah kimaparam buddher viharaspadam. For him the whole world is changeful, they are not the ultimately real, they are always changing, something is taking birth, something is going, vrittis are coming up and going down, vrittis are also getting born and dying. But the revealer of the vritti, that never changes, that is always there. He sees everywhere that, and all other things are formed in that consciousness. So we can never miss this consciousness, we can never miss the revealer of everything. That is always there. That is why it is immortal. It is never changing at all. All other things are changeful, but this never changes. So such is the Sa Vedaitat Paramam Brahmadhama. When he sees the Brahmadhama, that supreme abode of Brahman, for him Yatra Vishwam Nihitam Bhati Shubhram. For him the whole entire world is Shubhra. To explain that, I took the help of all these shlokas also. So for such a person who finds everywhere the truth, which is pure truth, if a man goes, a seeker goes without any desire, what will he get? You tell me, what will he get? See, a Brahmavit, a realized person, will he not like to see all people are realized? It is never possible. It will not going to happen ever. But his mind, he will be happiest when he finds the other people also realized, because he has found that he was troubled earlier by the world because of the delusion, but the whole world, the whole troubles, the affectations, they are all under delusion. So he finds that if anybody can get beyond this delusion, how happy everybody will be, how good will be the world. So naturally anybody coming to him, the ultimate for all the seekers, for all the disciples, what he wants is to make him like him. That they also should become illumined, they also should become knower. So if a person comes with no other desire but only to know the ultimate truth, in a desire-free state a person approaches, will not the contact with the knower and all his satsanga, his sangha, his company will make him also a knower, a liberated person? What else will he become? But when people come with some desires, although the knower still wants him also to get over all the troubles and affectations of the world, but he cannot take him because he is still suffering from desires. He is still under the slavery of some desires.